Hello, my name is Susan Roberts-Cooper and I am a professional hair colourist. Today we're going to be talking about Madison Reed, which is a hair colour that has been designed to be used at home. So the first step in the colour application is to apply the protective cream around the hairline. This is what would happen in a good hairdressing salon, because when we're applying colour, very often we'll find that we'll go onto the skin and it will mark the skin. So this is just a little bit of extra service that Madison Reed provides. When we apply the protective cream, what we're trying to do here, Andy, is not get it on the hair itself,
okay,
just to get it on your skin.
Great.
Because we don't want you to look as if you've just had your hair coloured. We don't want anybody to be able to tell.
Sounds good.
So working around, don't forget your ears when you do this yourself at home, Andy, because you'll find that the ears are not the area that you'll pay attention to until you get colour on them and you can't get the colour off. There we go. Now what we need to do, because you've got lots of hair, and most people have, fortunately, we're going to split your head very easily, first of all, into two sections.
Okay.
We take a section from the middle of your forehead right the way through to the middle of your nape. So right the way, and this will make your life so much easier because this comb is perfect for colouring.
Okay.
A nice wide tooth comb, it sits in your hand easily, and it really is very useful for pulling the colour through the hair as well later.
Okay, good to know.
So first of all, we start with splitting your hair into two sections, and then because you've still got plenty of hair, the easiest way to work with this is going to be to take each section and split it again in two. And that way you've got two sections on one side, and guess what? Two sections on the other. So that will mean that it's going to be very much easier for you to apply your colour. To make it easier still, in your accessory kit, what's great is that you have these clips. So they're really strong, which is great, because what we're going to be doing is applying the colour directly onto the roots of your hair.
Okay.
So 4 sections, nice and easy to work with.
Is this a good look?
I think we could improve on this. So now we're all prepared and ready to go. Andy's got her cream on and we're all sectioned up. Now we need to mix up the colour. We've got two choices here. We can either have a bowl and brush application method, or we can use the applicator flask with the colour. Because I'm a professional colourist, this is what I'm used to. However, when I do my hair at home, this is what I use. It's just easier. First of all, I'm going to wear some gloves. These are great gloves because you can really feel the hair through them. And what's also great about it is you get not just one pair, but 2 pairs of gloves inside the kit. And that's fabulous to have that in there. What we need to do is take our activator, first of all, unscrew the lid, and then pop this into the bowl. What we then do is take our colour, and just as before, use the lid to break the seal, and then squeeze the contents of the tube into the bowl with the activator. Now here you can see the consistency of the colour. It really does look creamy. Once all of that colour's in there, it's time to mix. So using the bowl and the brush, and this is one of the easiest colours to mix that you'll ever find. And you can see that coming together very quickly. That doesn't always happen. Once you've mixed it thoroughly and we've got a nice smooth paste, it's time to put the colour on. Starting the application, we're going to start through the back section. So I'm going to turn Andy around so that you can properly see. The easiest way to do it is to put the colour directly onto the parting, because that helps to separate out those sections and really keep them sectioned off. Once you've outlined there, we can take the clip out and start to apply. When we're applying the colour, what's important is to make sure that we put the colour on the head. So you can actually feel this yourself. Can you feel this, Andy?
I can.
So you can, by feeling it on your scalp, you can feel that it's actually on your hair. Now, in this case, what we're doing is we're going to put the colour on the roots and then take it straight the way through to the ends. But it's easiest to do the root application first. So when you're doing this yourself at home, if you're doing the whole head, as we're going to do here, always start with the root application, just because it makes it easier for you. What I'm doing here is using the tail end of the brush to do my sectioning. And if you use the brush application method, this is the best way to do it. Because when you're using the tail end of the brush, you can feel it on your head. And that's how you know that the colour is being nice and evenly applied, that it's going where it should be going. It's not always as neat as this, but that's okay. So once one side of the back has been put through, what we then do is start at the top of the other section. When we've finished the back, what we then do is turn around and start on the front section. But we also need to make sure that we're not taking too much time. And this is where the flask actually will help when you're doing your hair at home, because it's very much quicker than using a bowl and brush. You'll notice as I'm putting the colour through, I'm colouring 1 inch to 1.5 inches. If we were doing a retouch application, what you would do is colour the hair which doesn't have colour. So in other words, you'd be putting that colour on the hair that's grown out. And then if you take the hair just away from your face, that tends to keep it a little bit cleaner.
Okay.
Now, at this point, because Andy has natural hair, what I'm going to do is use exactly the same sequence, starting off through the back and take the colour straight the way through to the mid-lengths and ends. And that's what you need to do at home if you're working on hair that's completely natural or you're changing your hair colour. If you're maintaining your hair colour, so in other words, you're really making sure that you're addressing the new growth at the roots, and that's why you've put the root colour on there, what you would do at that point is leave this now for 20 minutes and then take the colour through to the mid-lengths and ends. The best way to address it is to make sure that you're using the tip of your brush or the tip of the flask to make contact with your scalp. If you do that, and you can actually feel it, you can feel that, can't you?
It, yep.
Then you know that you're parting the hair and you're getting down to the root itself. If you do that, you'll also find that you can take a very clean section. When you're wearing gloves, make sure that you're putting the colour onto your hand. Again, if you can feel this, it makes it very much easier. And you can see what I'm doing here is working the colour in with my hands. What you'll also notice that I'm doing is when I'm taking my section and working the colour through, I'm always working it from the root towards the ends. This is the gentlest way to treat your hair. And if you're working it like that, you'll find that your hair will give you a really super shiny result. Alternatively, you can use the comb and comb it through. And this comb is perfect for that, because not only does it help to distribute the colour nicely, but it also helps you to keep it nice and neat. Once the application's completed, the colour's gone all the way through from the root right the way to the ends. A good professional tip is to, at the very last, go through and apply extra colour to that very front hairline, because what tends to happen is that the colour absorbs a little bit through there. So if you just place a little bit more colour on that area, that means you're going to make sure that the colour will be absolutely spot on. Now we will put a clip, take all of this hair, because Andy's got long hair. You might not need the clip if you don't have super long hair. And then to keep it nice and clean, we use the cap, which comes in the kit, and literally just pop that over the top to make sure that it's keeping your hair out of harm's way. You'll find in your kit a little cleansing wipe. This is specially designed to go around after the colour application to make sure that you can take off any stray colour. So just literally work around the hairline, top of your ears, and just make sure that it's nice and clean. And there's the finishing touch. So at this point now we wait for 35 minutes, and when we shampoo, Andy will be transformed.
Ooh.
Madison Reed's that easy. When it comes to shampooing the colour off, the easiest way to remove the colour is to first of all add some water to the hair. So when you're shampooing, just add a little bit of water before you start to shampoo, and then wearing your gloves, don't forget that you get 2 pairs of Madison Reed gloves in every kit. Just massage the colour off the scalp. If you spend time doing this, what you'll find is the colour will rinse off very, very easily. And it will be much faster to shampoo the colour off your hair. This is what happens in a salon, how the colour is always removed. And then simply rinse. What you'll also notice here is because we spent some time protecting through the hairline, the colour comes off and doesn't leave skin stains. Ooh, I think you're going to like this, my love. It's lovely. The colour's all finished.
It's finished.
How does your hair actually feel?
It feels really great. I mean, it feels softer. It feels, healthy. You can definitely tell a difference in the texture of it. It feels smoother. I'm glad I did it. In fact, I'm sure that I'll do it again. I can't believe that I could just do something like this at home.
Absolutely.
I feel confident that I could do it myself, it's really great.
Well, and the great thing about using this colour is that it is so easy to use at home. Because obviously the first time when I did it for you, I've used the ball and brush application.
Right.
But you saw how we can mix it and use the applicator flask. So you could do that yourself very easily.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that it's easy enough that I could even do it myself.
Excellent.
Yeah.